Hello, Pofu. How are you? What do you think? Pout? Why pout? Why would you say that? I have no idea. Why would you be pouting right now? Hope you're doing well, Pofu. This is gonna be an adventure. Tell somebody first. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, we playing that game. We playing that game, my man. I think this is the most curious I have been to a game that I don't want to keep listening on people talk about it. I think I've determined to myself that like I shouldn't just hear reviews over and over again just to be like, well, some people say it's bad and it has to be bad, but like it just depends. And I think like for this game, for how much like memes background and like how much people refer to it all the time, this is the most curious I've been because I look at it and I'm just like, what happened? What is actually in here? I've heard some things. I've heard some topics of like, oh yeah, it does this bad or doesn't do this right or whatever. But like, first of all, does it even do that? Like, that's the question for something. Like, does it actually have those issues? And second, like, if it does or does not, like, think about like what it's trying to say. Because as much as I like didn't appreciate in Indivisible, like I understand where they're coming from. I understand the idea they're trying to make, and I don't outright hate it. Like I've hello, Sir Hoops. It's been a while since I've seen you. How have you been doing? It's been a while. I mean, you posted in the server with your art now and then, but we haven't like chatted like that much before. Um, but yeah, I'm just curious. I'm very curious to see how I feel about it and what's actually in there. Early overcode for giving me the tag on Rice and Post. I don't go to Twitch. Well, even in Discord, like you can just hit up and chat. Oh fuck. Also, Drilltail's here. Hi, Drilltail. Are you excited? I was worried you were gonna be playing like multiplayer or something. I have to kick you out again, like I did last time. I'm sorry to kick you out before. I was just like I wanted to play Frostpunk so badly. I don't know why I haven't played that on stream. Like I can easily do like 4 hours on Frostpunk if I wanted to, but I don't know if anyone would want to watch that. That's the other thing. I don't think people would want to watch that. Maybe we get some easy watch time though. I need to catch up on that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't go on Discord much either unless I ping. Ah, so I just have to ping you a lot, don't I? Okay, I'll let you. I'll have that happen. I used to chat like that. Oh, I can't edit that right now. Oh well. Okay, well, we got a good amount of people here, so you know what I'm gonna do? Let's do what I normally do when it comes to games that I'm blind and need to put thought to. Let's talk about the title screen, because this one is kind of a choice one. Let's transition. The game's gone! It hated me, so it disappeared. No, hang on. It's still just not showing up. There you go. Turn the volume up, and then maybe God, there's gonna be so much of those jokes. I isn't there. So first of all, weird title screen, but like in a good way. Like so my feeling on this title screen right now is I'm not sure how to feel. Like it has a hint of like, okay, it looks tragic, but it also like even looking at, but it's also like, okay, like I see two people there. Okay, so we're like together or something. I don't know. There's two thrones. There's a person in the ground. So how do I put this here? Like with the two people there, the two thrones, and like the crown in the middle or something. I feel like okay, that has feelings of like some sadness, tragedy to it. But then you have the two opposing things, and that feels like okay, maybe there's two different sides that they're fighting between this crown or whatever. I don't know. This is just a guess. This is just how, like, first impression of the tile screen, just to see what they can glean. I don't know what those two figures, giant figures are. I don't know what the crown means. I don't know what the angel with the sword means. That could be Sephiroth on Final Fantasy. I don't know. So it could be, like, some internal war. So that adds more into feeling of tragedy. But the other thing is that corruption that's going on with the text, like everything's bugging out here and the camera's shaking, has this feeling of, like, something's ending, you know? So it's a bit like it's not like immediately tragic, but it feels unsettling, if that's the best way to put it. Yeah, that's the word I want to use. It feels unsettling. Like something can go wrong, something will go wrong, something is going to go wrong. Yeah. I like the title screen has this kind of like blue and red that's shaking around, kind of, what does that remind? There's, well, a lot of games and stuff uses that effect, but I'm trying to think of one specifically. I can't think of one right now. I still like the more, what's it called? The more holy of One Shot's title screen, or the calmness and relaxing of Anodyne or Anodyne 2. Well, such a nerd, no, I'm just kidding. Chromatic aberration. Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know if another game in the title used it, or just an effect that others used before. Well, I can't just... I know they do. I know some do. I just don't know. I can't think of a mind... I know it's used a lot of the time, but I can't think of an example right now. So stupid. Alright, let's hope this has controller support. Yeah, so everyone's like... I'm gonna keep saying Y2K because it's supposed to be Y2K 2000. I want to say the other thing, like what it does with eyes. So Y2K. Another thing about that title too is like, I feel like it's not. Well, like the title could have meaning to the game. I don't know right now, but just like in an outsider's glance, I don't know. Maybe there could have been a better title to name it, because it's just kind of weird to look like. Even the developers say, I don't know, that doesn't feel like it's a good game. If it's like putting up this kind of feeling with me, unsettling, I'd imagine the title being a lot more, I don't know, recognizable. Like Invisible is recognizable, One Shot is recognizable. Eek is just easier to say. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's the one thing I'm just like, I wish it could have been named something different, but whatever. It's not like a huge problem or anything. People can name their games what they want. Nintendo has named the Mario Maker for the 2DS a horrible name. So, oh cool, it has control support, thank God. Problem is, it's this Xbox! It is Xbox. No, yep, it is Xbox. B is X and A. Ah! Why is it random? Oh God. Okay, let me think. Okay, bottom is X. Yeah, Patapon. I am using neither of these things. I want to use Nintendo Switch controller, but I don't have that. So great. come back and try to watch as long as I can. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry about it being too late. Vintage games sounds maybe weird, but it's catchy. Super Light Up the Blaze. It feels cool. Just well, no, I mean it's recognizable. Like you say, Super Ledge Hop is a smash move, but under the context of the game, you can say when you say Super Ledge Hop just out loud, people will think of the game if they know about the game, or like they would just assume it's a game. Because unless you're talking about Smash around that, because if the context is Smash Brothers, and people are talking about Smash, and you just say Super Ledge Hop, that's not gonna make a lot of sense in the end. Actually, like Super Smash Brothers is the super part in Ledge Hop. Ledge Hop is a tech in Super Smash Brothers, and Double Laser is tech for Fox. But Super and Ledge Hop aren't always together. Super Ledge Hop together doesn't make sense to Smash players even still. So when you say that, it's still a title, you know? And it sounds normal. It sounds like something, Super Ledge Hop. It sounds like a video game. Because, Super Metroid, Super Mario, that kind of stuff. House of Geek Dies is also a title. Because it could just also be a story, too. Hazuki sounds like a name. Hazuki dies. Okay, the Hazuki is a character and they died, so that's the yeah. Saying just Yik or white or like 2K to Y2K, that doesn't make sense. Y2K is a formatting for 2000, and saying Yik gives nothing. I think it's in the freaking title. Okay. Well, DualShock has the buttons I use, but they're reversed because I think PlayStation has A on the bottom. No, Y and X are swapped, I think. Content warning? Of course not. Okay, fine. What do you see? So the games include mentions of missing persons, own submerged, racial, also features character that would take his own life based on player actions. I have power here. Disable player consequences. Oh, don't just give me that. You have to tell me if like that ends an ending or something. Well, it probably does have change in an ending. Do I prevent myself with the idea of causing the no. I'm gonna leave with what the game wants me to do, and if something happens because of that, yeah. Sensitive content has not been disabled. Yeah, Pofu, isn't this interesting? Content warning is normal. I mean, fucking Omori has that, but the chance to disable that's interesting. Like for the game, I don't know if the game tells you or just prevents the option, but that's interesting. So some of the game is in response to controversies. I assume that is one of the controversies. That's interesting. The chance to disable the chance to have a player mistake. How much dialogue do you... Oh. Yaman says Yukirme. What the hell? I'm okay. I really don't like that title. It's like the dialogue style. You can change this later in a point of story. Reduce monologues or... Oh my... There's normal options. Original edit. Why is question mark? Man, you weren't kidding. Okay. So... I've heard... I guess I'll say Johto. They've been telling me this. Johto's been telling me that they made changes based on criticisms or like things they called out on. I didn't think it was this much. Like, I was like, okay, gameplay reasons, sure. Maybe some edits here and there. Outright, like, yeah, reduce monologues. Go for it. Like, oh, to me, I feel like that's a bit of a weakness that I know it's probably because there was so much backlash or whatever, but I don't know. When it's like you have a story and you fold to a lot of people that it's like this much, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like actually adding an option to play without X, but like if it's part of the whole story, like whole gameplay. Unless if it was really unnecessary. Maybe because must have been a lot of conflict, huh? That is interesting. I never had a game, never, or any piece of media that's like, here's this version and here's another version if you like dislike this certain thing. But like for two different things too. It's not just two different like things. It's 3. It's like, here's the original, here's an edited for if you don't like the scoping content, here's, or like anything like that, and then here's another one if you just want a shorter part of the story. It's like, man, that's interesting. The more, okay, just the menus itself, I'm already like, man, I'm very interested. But we're gonna go with the original because I'm gonna see what the game itself and everything it has to offer. Normal mode, story, more forgiving minigames, and oh, PP, we're bringing back psychic points on defend. Okay, I'm not an RPG veteran. I don't play Final Fantasy or anything like that. I played Mario, Bug Fables, and stuff. I heard PP. Yeah, PP. So it might be either psychic points or some other thing that starts with P. I might do story mode because this one's for me. Because I feel, here's the other thing, with games like these, I feel like they expected you to have played Final Fantasy or other RPGs like that. I've never have. I've played games from, you know, Live Alive, Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi. Yeah, I can change it later. Try normal. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I should try normal and change it later. You're right. But I'm just bringing that out that when it comes to these sort of games, a lot of people would kind of like attack this kind of things. Like, usually these games are expected that you've played other games. Just like, and I hate this video so much. I don't know if it's still up. There's a guy complaining that Deltarune does not teach you very properly for the game, even though the game does warn you. We expected you to play Undertale first. Mario Luigi and Battle Network. Oof. Also, Undertale kind of. I don't think Undertale counts as an RPG. Why is random choice still a thing? Okay, so we're still using. PlayStation doesn't have A and B button. What the hell am I saying? Okay, well, at least I recognize system Patapon. So X confirm, circle, cancel, square, anything else, and triangles at the very top. Hello there! This is a very 90s background. Welcome to the wonderful world of Yick. I still hate that name. What? Why? That said, Y2K, in case you're confused by a font choice in the logo. Clean that up. I never thought it would be a cool idea to make the 2 a Roman numeral for some reason. With your tinfoil hat, prepare your eyes as they are about to be opened wider than you could have ever thought possible. This is gonna be around wide. The code is wrong, don't listen to him. I've already dealt with the corrupted bird back in Hypnogaria, god. Can I stop having winged creatures lie to me? Or like, doubting me? Would you please pick a favorite color theme? Why is it a bar? Ooh, oh, wait. What's the same kind of blue? Oh no, it just has yellow. I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. I kinda like black. I know I'm always about the blue, but kinda like the sharp black. I'm always into dark mode. Great choice. What is the name of the person behind the screen playing? What do you go by? Super serious. What name do you want to go by? Hardest part of the game. Oh wait, no lowercase? Ow. Imagine if they have a plain white theme. That would be painful. Well, I'm on stream and I want to say my actual name. And I know that's probably not what's intended, but I'm not playing this by myself. And I also played one shot with my username, not my real name, so I see this as the proper way. Anyway. Oh, it does automatically lowercase it for you. That's something. What? Why is triangle Y? Shut up, god damn it. I accidentally pressed the other button. I hate you guys all so much. I already screwed up again. God damn it, I'm not paying attention because I'm looking at chat. God damn it. Oh my god. The problem is I can't cap. Wait, can I cap that if I do a space? No. I meant to do Y. Hey, it does. Okay, cool. Tech discovered. Is his name okay? Yes. Give you a lot of space if he definitely had a long name. I wish I had a cool name like that. Super hit name for a super hit cat. Parents named me Marlene. Marlene. I think it's Marlene. And back to the questionnaire. What do you look like? I'll go with boy. Except it's not actually said boy, it just says what does it look like, just like Splatoon says what style you want. These developers know they can't just say boy or girl, they have to say another word. First things first, are questions about real people in your IRL. If you best answer truthfully, is they will hurt my feelings if you lie to me. And I've had enough of that, but you already know that, don't you? So, name real people. Be honest and give thoughtful responses. That would be all of them. Of course there was. There was the same thing with Splatoon, though, anyway. Like, Splatoon 1 and 2 had saying, are you a boy or a girl? Splatoon 3 just says, what style do you want? And it showed the different. So, yeah, a lot of games are not doing that anymore. About the name thing until after you finish. Yeah, so what I'm guessing is they're getting these names of personal people and they're gonna put it into the actual characters or something, or maybe like bring them back. This is like being like, hey, like this character is like this person you named at the beginning of the game or something. If I'm predicting that early, that's not a sign. No. But Oliver's the coolest girl I know so far. Is a D-pad messed up? I have the okay. You know what? Hang on. You can't see my Steam overlay, but I'm gonna do something real quick. Edit layouts. Can I search templates? Gamepad with flick stick. That's only for shooters, you dumb fucker. Steam. Okay, search. Nintendo Switch. No one made a template for Nintendo Switch? I hate you all. Okay. Oh, that's a bust. Wait. No, it's an ER. Can't even remember all of her things that she's not here watching, otherwise that would have been very bad. To be honestly, Oliver is technically a boy's name. It's not Oliver's actual name. I told that to somebody and they thought I was crazy, and then I remembered, oh, I didn't know it was a boy's name. I just assumed it was a girl because Oliver had that name and I was used to that. Friend who was smarter than you but wouldn't ever draw attention to that fact. Cody, why am I playing this? Because curiosity killed the cat. You don't have to. I want to though. That's the thing. Likes critical information. A friend who is smarter than me. Well, technically that'd be Drill Tail. So I'm gonna. Can't relate. Have played bad games out of curiosity. What bad games? Tell me what bad games? Freaking, why does it keep going bad to me sometimes? Mostly about, okay, that one's an obvious one. And to play a cool RPG Maker game like Cat in the Box. Well, an RPG Maker game is like free. You have no risk out of it. I played Indivisible. What the hell is this Wario music? Don't be insulting to Wario. Okay, no, this is not WarioWare music. Wario music is a lot more crazier. Name a friend who is the polar opposite of you. Who the fuck is the polar opposite of me? I can't think of one. Exactly. This is gonna have to be in the general pile of like. It's Cody. God damn it! Rebel. No, we're both lewd. Random choice. Okay, hit the button. Andy, Jamie, Julian, Bay, Charlie, Reed, Laundry, Caden, Ash, Carson. Oh, Val. Valerie's in there. Remy the Rat? Why? Nah. Well, you are tilted in games, but you're an artist like me. I can't think of one. I'm gonna go for a very just out there option. Okay, let's go through the list. Pofu, no. Paul, definitely not. Winter, nah. Drilltail already had the name in. Oliver, obviously. Chair, no. We're the same in a lot of things. Yo, you know what? Hang on. I got one. Maple! Maple is the complete opposite of me. Well, almost. We both like games and anime and stuff, but like, personality-wise, we're very different. What about the nerdiest guy you know who would go on about super things like video games? I know exactly what that would be. Game, you leave me with too much power. I wonder who would you put there? Chair. You know what? We'll have a space for the G. So I want it to be a capital G. Plus, it'll be like a surname or middle name. Middle name, not a surname. What the hell am I going on about? Chair G. Where the hell is yes? Tables. Okay. But he has the limited power bottom. It's a long box, Drill. They planned for like big names to be there. And my friend who's always there to talk to you when you're feeling down at yourself. Kind of understands existential quandaries. Kind of knows what it's like to face crippling sin and then knows what it's like to not be anywhere near as attracted as you'd like to be. It could always make you feel better when you realize you're a complete waste of life in the middle of the night. Interesting. This would also be Chair, but obviously I already used that name. So, yeah, wait, no, I'm an idiot. What am I doing? That would be Paul. Fucking only real name in here. So that we all know his name is Paul. Yes! Paul is cute. Lastly, what is your favorite piece of technology? Something you feel a connection to? I'm forgetting Paul. Well, there wasn't a question that was directed to Paul until now. Alright, piece of technology. Computer's too simple, so... Well, if it's close to my heart, well, should I just say the Wii console? Like just the Wii itself, or something more like the touchscreen technology, like to be like, I know it's not game console, but like a piece of technology. I don't have a favorite piece of technology. Not even phones. What else count? Phones or headphones, iPods, or anything like that? Not really. I never really had those. So I'll just say Nintendo Wii. I'll just put that in. Tech is tech. Well, I always have a feeling I'm gonna hate this game in many ways. Well, I didn't hate Indivisible, Tofu. A lot of things sucked about it, but I didn't hate it in the end. Something you just interact with in a way you like a drawing tab. You know what? You know what? Yeah, drawing tablet. I know that seems a little like, but it's like what I have right now. Like Nintendo Wii, it's like I don't even have it up right now. Like it's not something I play all the time, but like drawing tablet I do. So I'll just say drawing tablet. It's a lot better. Thanks, Jotail. Watch like 2 big reviews gives have an idea of what's gonna happen. We're gonna see, because I just to like, I'm not gonna go like on a charade on the first thing that goes bad. I'm gonna give it a chance. How do I spell tablet? I'm gonna give this game a chance. How do I spell tablet? Like that's what I did for Indivisible. I gave the combat and everything a chance, and like I understood what, like, I know where it's coming from. I forgot to put drop. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I did. Thanks, Drill. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm still gonna like place things that confuse me, or like I don't know what it means, or like things that infuriate me, or I think, yeah, this feels tedious or something like that. I'm not gonna, I'm forgiving. I will call them out, but I'll be like, it's alright. Unless it keeps happening and something really bad happens. But, you know, we'll see. Drawing tablet. That name, is this name okay? Sure. But like, I know so much about you. So we're gonna get along famously. Pretend I didn't ask you any of this. Play along now. 1999, April. Oh god, it's really close to right now. Oh, really? Okay, well, get ready for that. That's gonna trigger you for the rest of the time. Suspicious date. So that could be related to something. What was that frame for a second? Oh, they're using crossfade. What did it crossfade first though? That was I think it loaded the game world first, and then it's like, and then it crossfade into itself. Playing 5 days too late. No! I'm late. Maybe I should have played this at 4 or whatever. Hey.
On April 4th, 1999.
Oh god, there's voice acting. I didn't expect that. Okay, I didn't know it had voice acting. I thought it was all okay, impressive. Not all games had that. That surprised me. Like I was about to, all voice acting. I was about to read it myself, and then I'm just like, oh, okay. Hey.
It took a few semesters longer than I originally planned, but I was proud to be done.
Oh, thank God, my voice can finally take a break.
I had no idea what adult life held for me, but I was optimistic.
At least that means I don't get complaints if you guys not like being voice sad. Whatever. My contrary is, yeah, the voice actor was controversial. No, well, I don't know him, so I don't care. What we do? Save. Let's save your data. Wow. I haven't heard the word data in a long time. Probably in any time. Oh, I like you can move as little walking animations. Interesting. I like the camera movement showing you the rest of the world if you're not in a close enough place. So this is the kind of, well, not the kind of like, quote unquote movement, but like kind of animation if it wasn't 3D. I plan to talk about this eventually, but like I wanted to have a 3D based game but had 2D like paper character designs. Kind of. Hi, Eternal. You're in for a wild ride. sign anything? No. Talk to you guys? I can. Which the exclamation point was animated. Hey guys, Caterno, you were playing Who Killed Sonic, right? Like Who Killed Sonic the Hedgehog? Is that like I saw the news for that and I'm just like, oh my god, Sega literally killed Sonic. And like he's actually dead. I like the trailer for that game too. It was just like, we did something unexpected with the series. We killed him. It was really funny. It was really good. Cold, refreshing water. Highly recommend if you haven't played it. Would you still recommend it even if I'm not a Sonic fan? Because I'm not a huge Sonic. We just started. I'm already interested so much because of the menus, the things they tried to cover up due to either controversies or just call-outs of the game, like not wanting like long monologues, serving content, or so many other things. So I'm interested. So far, otherwise, I'm surprised with voice acting. You're a small Sonic fan, like have played a couple Sonic games or seen the Sonic movie. I have not seen the Sonic movie. I've played Sonic Colors. I have Mania on Steam. I haven't played it yet. I've played Heroes and I hated that. Yeah, I only played Sonic Colors. I did play Sonic Unleashed on the Wii, but through a friend's copy. I didn't actually own it. And then engage with Sonic at all, then probably not. Yeah, that's fair enough. Maybe I'll get to it someday, but yeah, it'll just depend if I was like in a rush or not. Remember my song, I have a really good feeling about this one. Okay, that's kind of funny. I can walk in place while there's dialogue going on. Good enough story that if you're familiar with the characters, it's okay. You like the Who's Everybody, I'm Out. No, I know most of the characters, yeah. Doesn't get a feel for them. Okay, then I'll check it out someday sooner then. Yeah. I do know the characters. I've seen Sonic X. I don't think the entire show, but I've seen it. Music's interesting. You have kind of like these video game fantasy sounds along with this like jazz horns. Aw, okay, that's cute. Gonna go fast. We need to know more about Sonic. Having to teach check. I've been a fancy Sonic Adventures. Maybe I don't want to talk to you in that case. And Hawkins, I mean, you got a second? So I guess your physical appearance, I think it's safe to say that you're a fan of video games, right? Yeah, I am. For 5 years, I've written about video games and game culture, including the art, music, film, and fashion inspired by games and the people who play them. Mostly I write about t-shirts and jeans. That's okay. Anyway, a point of frustration. Encountered in my trials as a writer has already been the medium that I used to publish. The prints. This used to rock, but now thanks to that damn internet, it's starting to be too expensive to justify on my own. Information is so easy to track down and share. Someone can be a publisher on the internet. You can have a voice, which is great. Online content is hardly permanent. It's ultimately just ones and zeros. Here one day and gone the next. 99 shows a different beast from 98. There's when you print. And everyone can beat me to anything before I can get it out. So I want to create something truly special. So it is about being ahead of time and capturing them. Then there will be a historical document in years to come that will really prove how great the 90s were for gaming. And what's a better way to do than physical medium? So I'm asking you, Gamer the Game Legend, please, please, please donate some money to me. 90s guys, and then I can get it to stores and hands of geek like yourself. What do you say, man? Do I have money? Credit in the back of the book. Alright, your name, regardless side comes with a cellular push on my soul and the right to hold this over my head forever in case I don't finish this. Consolidation any size of a reason I'll lose sleep for the next 6 months. I don't know how much I have. Nobody tell this guy. You know, with Sonic Knowledge, I'm a big nerd. Yeah, I don't know what I have, so... Well, let's open up the menu first. In mind, me can roll longer. This chapter, I have to give up on my dream. Wait, do you mean chapter of the game or chapter of life? I'm assuming that meant chapter of the game. I can't open my menu. Wait, do I use keyboard? No, I do not want to quit. That's escape. Don't do that. Okay. Okay, well, we'll give $1. We'll see what happens. Oh. Okay, we don't have anything. I do this shit too. LOL. Upset housewife. That's in park here before going into business. Moved the car, but he took the keys with him. Happens. He kicked the ball. Doesn't move. He can kick the ball. Oh wait, I can. Interesting. Oh, I can't vibrate. Okay, I'm not that much of a nerd, but you know a lot. The eagle stunned kid that lives on top of the hill. Oh, okay, well, now I know where I live and I see a chest over there, but I guess we'll go there first. So I guess first, real... Oh, there's another safe spot there. Kick some balls. Yeah, yours. Alright, I guess we're gonna go on top of the hill. Exactly earthbound. Why did the camera do that? Mama's friend. I came to visit your mother, but she seems to be working all sorts of odd hours. It's really hard. Be good to her. Something strange about this rock. This would be pathetic if this was the house on the hill I heard so much about. Can I go in? I'll take that as a no. I'll take chest though. Cheeseburger, cool. Quirky Earthbound Inspired. Well, this is the. I think this game definitely earns the title of Earthbound Inspired. That's the hill. Okay, I'm disappointed again. I was taking Earthbound to account that it was like the side of the village or town. Okay, I can inspect this too. Wait, I skipped that message too quickly. Jerry could use a haircut. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. Oh wait, how did I miss the control sign? SMH. Open the menu with the options button. From here you can use items to check your stats. That's the screenshot button. Oh, it's pushing the stick. I really need to change these controls. Funny story, when I played Tony Richards, I used to call the giant semi-U outrun of the game to Truck-kun, because of course you would. Alright, level 1, HP 10, psychic points 5, flower points, magic points. Not TP though, TP is actually different. I like for anything, TP is always different ever since RPG Maker. You can move this. You can't push it that far, but you can move it. I don't know, it doesn't feel as impressive like Hylics does, because Hylics looks 2D and it's all about like the whole claymation models. This one you know it's already 3D based on the models and everything. It's still nice you can move this around. See, you have, yeah, I saw that. Got no money. I also deduced that from the fact that I couldn't donate anything. No, from mom. No, first I see shiny. I must grab shiny. Something. Take it out of the book. Collectible pog. Is it like the candy?
Alex, dear son of mine, please see if you can muster up the energy to walk into town and pick up some groceries. I've included a list below.
I wonder why she sounds robotic.
Not even home 5 minutes and she's already barking orders at me.
Oh, we got our objective. Ooh, camera snaps. Nice, but I think I would prefer if it was more smooth. That's just my style, though. I'll just circle. Okay.
The needle of the record player has struck. The sound of the world now hears will change the nature of all realities, both yours and mine.
What?
The needle of the record player has struck. Can't you hear the music? It's everywhere.
I like how you said it again, just slower.
That phone call was surely one of the strangest I've ever received. And no, I couldn't hear the music.
No, we didn't. Guess we're not gonna worry about that for now. There are circle cardboard things. I've never seen one. I just always assumed it was the candy. Or if referring to Twitch, the emote. Now, if this was more Earthbound inside, I'd at least be given a map. Or maybe I missed the map. I probably missed the map. Can I grab that? Probably not. There's a rat on it. There's a rat on it, actually. Can I fall? I can jump. It's a 90s fat thing. Great, I'm not gonna get any of it. Because I was born 2000s. I found money! Yeah, my only source of income, the trash. Ghost rays. I think I'm actually kind of glad that I'm not gonna get most of these references being like from the 90s or whatever, because that's out of town. Because an important thing is like, well, not important. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Like, games don't have to make sure they're timeless, but it's important that people from the future can still play your game and understand what's going on without having to be in the time. They just won't get some references in certain things. Moku. Okay, it looks like I do have to go out of town. Well, let's go this direction first and see what happens. Dog?
A few hundred yards outside of town, I came to a junction, mulling over the strangeness of being back home. I stopped to notice a forest I'd never explored. It was dark, but somehow attractive. I made a mental note to explore it later, and took a step towards town when I heard a meow near my feet. I pictured what it would be like to be the owner, and I imagined describing him to a friend. Lonely? Nah, I don't get too lonely. Besides my mom, there's only a cat. An old cat. But a good friend to talk to. My fictional friend would reply, "You talk things over, do you?" I'd nod. Uh-huh. Been together a long time, so we can read each other's moods. I understand what makes the cat tick. The cat knows what makes me tick. Of course, I didn't know this cat at all. Never met. It was a funny-looking cat. With a funny resting face and a Salvador Dali mustache.
You're right, what is it? Well, it's whiskers, but I can see what you mean.
Imagine picking out this cat to bring home from a store. I leaned down to pet him, without entirely knowing if cats like to be pet at all. His coarse hair ran through my fingers as he purred. Clearly he liked me. That was a good sign. Alex Eagleston,
That's an
college
interesting-
graduate, friend of small animals.
Better friends than animals. I tried to pet a cat that was outside the retail work while I was getting cards and ran away. Evil cat.
Hey! Give that back to me!
You kept the note? I guess I would forget things too. Alright, let's go. I've been here for 10 seconds and I'm already disoriented. The references make you feel, well, that's what I mean. Yeah, it makes you feel more part of it. The basis I'm saying is that hopefully they don't rely on it too much, because if certain pieces of media rely on the references too much, the person playing that doesn't get it is going to be clueless. Like, good example is Shrek, because it makes a lot of references and stuff, but like, you don't need to know the context behind them to still get the point across. like you can actually watch it and like the whole movie wouldn't make sense. But if you actually know the references of certain lines, then you'd be like, oh, I get that. That's from this movie or whatever. Also, hi Freak, how you doing? I got no clue what to say about what I'm looking at. It was about an Easter chicken. I'm great. That's good to hear. The woman detected. What if I don't? Oh, that hurts me. Does that hurt me? That does hurt me. I won't save. I took damage. I took a whole 1 damage. Oh no. Why is it a cutscene? Alright. I guess it would be like longer ladders. They just don't want you to... guess they find that unnecessary. That's fair. Because then you have to get the camera angle right about like climbing and like... oh. You know, maybe I should have healed.
I stepped into the elevator, expecting to find the cat. I scanned the dark floor and found nothing.
Is there autoplay? What does the Y? What does the triangle button do?
I sighed as the elevator
I don't know if that's
began to
autoplay.
shake, vibrating with motion. The elevator came to a smooth but unexpected stop. I cringed with anxiety as the lights flickered. Please don't die. Please don't die. I pleaded with the mechanical gods to keep the power on. My prayers weren't answered. Damn it!
No, he's doing the thing.
I need to find the stairs or a fuse box.
Cutscenes? What is this? Metal Gear? I don't know. $5. It's a lot worse than the $7 we found earlier. Flip the switch, but nothing happened. Icy cat. Cat looks dangerous. I'll talk to the cat anyway. The cat hated me! Okay, let's see what this menu is all about. Who the hell's throwing out so much money? You're right, not even actual RPGs have that much money in their trash cans. Okay, attack, skills, item, defend, run, literally all typical. Swap party member, I have no one to swap, so... just attack. Mayo Rat. Oh, this is one of the... this I've seen, actually. Well, I know for next time. Okay, so it seems like you got a little mini game with attacking and regular defending too. So it seems like... and I think the red is the best part. Okay, not too complicated, obviously. Seems like they just want every action to be, which makes sense too. It's just all, I think this is definitely a lot more in your face compared to like something instant like Paper Mario, you know? Because like that habit, it doesn't tell you to get ready, it just happens, you know? Well, then the attack didn't tell me to get ready, so whatever, let's continue. By the way, there are 2 battle systems you can pick between. The rework, the identifier work, by default you're seeing the... oh, we worked one, really? Hey, okay, so there's a perfect and there's a good. And that's what happens. Cool. It mostly changed how your attack works. How do they change exactly? If it's just that, then it's not probably a big deal. But if it's interesting, then I'll switch it to the original. Just let me know how to do it. Okay, yeah, in the menu. Oh, goddamn it. Why this game? Because I'm curious. Everyone talks about this game, so like there's so much around it, and I've never seen it myself, nor like I've seen it like when people were discussing it in certain videos, but it's one of those things that I still want to try, you know, like I want to see for myself what is around this game, you know. It's not why this game is Y2K. That's genius. Ah. Wait, do I have any skills? I didn't even check that. Beat down. Well, I have 5. Press X in the color sections. Yellow, spinning it. Okay. That's a little better. Bring back the, and I think I am with the OG dialogue, I believe. I selected the original, not skipped monologue. I'll just regular attack. Nice. Okay, well, door's locked. Only you had a key to open it. Switch. Switch. Well, don't know anything about that for now. Anything? Oh, there was a room here. Which is where the combat tutorial is. And I got detected before I got to see that combat sign, so I guess we're still gonna figure this out for now. Interesting. Well, maybe I could have had a more linear place so I could see the tutorial first, but whatever. We just healed ourselves. Let's do this again. Ow. So if I hit the red, it keeps going around and I do more damage. So that's interesting. I really should stop going for the red. It's like going for the super block in Paper Mario. That's not good. Ow. Too soon. Nice. The music is cutesy goofy. I'll give it that. I'll kill again. It's not like, you know, it's cutesy goofy. It's not childlike like Omori or like a ballet or kiddish like I almost said error manga. Like Wanonohara, Great Garden, or it's not like theater. It's cutesy goofy. That's how I feel about it. You can fast forward using R2. You can fast forward as long as you like, but don't get caught. What? Wait, even the attacks? Why would you do that if even the attacks are fast forward, unless you could like actually manage that, which is really impressive, but I guess that's the thing that exists. I mean, Bravely Default has that fast forward option because, like, you know, you're not gonna be pressing any buttons. It's just while holding. Oh, well, I know that. I know while you're holding it, but can you imagine like going through the battle system, holding that entire button just to go faster? Like you wouldn't really time things well.
Hey, who's there? Don't come any closer. I'm armed.
You have a. I was gonna say like you have a radio. It was like it's not a radio, and they say cassette. It's like what? No, it's a record. You have a record. Panda.
Relax and quiet down. It's me, Panda.
Panda? Why are you here?
I came here to help you. I'm always there for you when you need me.
That's good to hear. What sort of help did you have in mind?
This is Danganronpa.
My primary use is as a barrier. I can block oncoming enemy attacks and create barriers between you and many other obstacles.
Oh, I see. Popo sent me a picture of what a pog is. I know. That's more like a fridge magnet, isn't it? And Noeen sent me something. It's probably Lillian. Yeah, it is. A body has been discovered.
My metal shield makes me very heavy, so you can use me to hold down switches and to clear small gaps by stepping on my head.
Huh? Oh, lifting. Yeah, the fucking Zelda from Spirit Tracks, basically. I was like confused. Like I thought he was still talking about battle. I'm like, how does that help? Then I realized, no, he's talking about in the field now. Open the tools menu by holding L1, move the cursor to select camera.
You can press to summon me. Remember to press again to call me back.
They just blink it out because they don't know what
Also
control you're
remember that
using.
some weighted switches will have reverse effects if you take me off.
So, press the summon you and press it again to take you back? I think I get it.
I hope so, Alex. It's rather straightforward.
Yeah, the battle stuff, that would be nice. Like, explanation is fine, but like saying like switches will turn back is like, okay, hold on, we haven't even seen any pulses that do that yet. Like, slow down, man. Liberal arts major, want me to explain this entire thing again? No thanks. Contain panda. Okay. So it's the trigger buttons. I really need to change his control style so much. Can I place you down and I can get rid of you whenever? Yeah, I can. I would change it right now, but I'm streaming. I'm not going to. I'll deal with it for now. Generic water bottle. Assuming that's healing. It's like I thought I want bed bugs. Da-da-da-da, fountain soda. And money. I was about to say fountain soda makes a lot more sense until you included it with money. Well, that's something. Lucky rabbit's foot. Is that it equipable? Let's see. Weapon, he wants it that way, single. The record. I keep saying like I was about to say DVD. Why can't I not say what a record is? Trash can soda, my favorite. Found it in a 99-cent bin. It sucks. Hat, nothing. Nothing. Other. Lucky's rabbit's foot. So, +1 luck. Cool. The font as well is also like the Final Fantasy kind of font, isn't it? Yeah, exactly that. Santa stew. What? Typical 20-something. He's just like you in an alternate reality. I doubt it, but sure. Ah, here it is. Config. Music, master, controls. Oh, it's just this. Oh, that's saying the, yeah, bullet mode, I'm on. Assist mode on, assist mode off. So what setting says that Deep Strike or Battle System? Oh, okay. That's a weird way to word it, but okay. So, what do they mean? I don't know what Deep Strike is, and I don't know what Imbue Infinity is. Why is it in the stats? Should that be in config? Well, I guess it's the entire... Oh, there's a hint button. Explore the factory hotel if you dare. My hint is to explore. Thanks, game. That's fine. That's fine. But I wish there was like... Make the hint about like the character speaking it instead of just like a generic hint, unless that happens later. I doubt this is the character we're playing as saying this hint. I like in Bug Fables that the characters often speak what they think about a certain location, even if they don't have a hint exactly. They just talk about a certain thing. Like my favorite in Bug Fables, right before you get to an area, this termite kingdom, if you inspect, the characters since there's really not a hint, it's just a doorway to get to the area. The characters just talk about how like it's so crazy that under this hill there's so much technology, and another character goes like, But it doesn't really matter if you look ugly on the outside, and then another character in your party goes, not everything is about looks, you know. Deep down, it's what matters deep down. And then that character again goes, you can be smart and ugly, you know. And it's just one of those things like that's cute little interaction of the characters, you know. I'll talk about that though. Sure, there's no affinity weakness, but they added them later. Disabling if you lets it back, I believe. Oh wait. So wait. Deep Strike means use the original combat system for basic attacks, I think. Okay, so Immune Affinity is weaknesses, and Deep Strike is how it was before. Interesting. Still, really, that makes 0 sense. Oh, about this room real quick. Yeah, so like, when I come in here in the elevator, I believe, like, my first instinct is that, yes, this is all I can see. Like, the thing below me is a wall. And, like, that trash can's there, and if I move down and get that trash can, I see that there is indeed a wall. I think, yeah, there's a trash can here. And even if I go down for it, you see that I have the wall here. And, like, I could probably, like, move up and then see that's not here. Now, if I do... Okay, if I'm this way, yeah, I can see that there's another room that might grab my attention first. But I accidentally went up here to check the circuit box, and then my next instinct was to move into these rooms. So I couldn't see this room first. I think if they just like mirrored it horizontally, where this is the room you see first, and then the other rooms are like down here on the side. I think it'll be a lot better. But whatever. You have to remember to set up her character, I think. Fair enough. There you go. I think it's a bit much for a 20-something old guy. Hold L1 to open the tool menu. Use the directions button to select the tool and release. Oh, okay, we can have more than one. That's a bit rude, but okay. But you explaining the tool before I can use a tool. Whoa! Didn't expect those dimensional lures. Alright. Why is it telling us to switch if we don't have more party members? But whatever. Okay. You're not in the place I want. What? Oh. Interesting. Okay, that's temporary now. And I put him inside the wall. Wait, no, it was just making something. Okay, so I can't go through that one right now. I don't know if there's a lot of puzzles in this game, but I hope to God they're simple and not like indivisible. Like that would be, or not indivisible. Crosscode. I had more than enough of my share of puzzles. Nice. Gotta go sleep now. Good night. Bye, Hoops. You really don't want to spend more time in this game, huh? Come on, it's like the best game ever or something. I don't know. I cannot jump this, can I? What moves that platform up? Oh, I can't go there. It's best geek experience. And that morning class? Oh, it's midnight. Different time zone. Got it. Sorry, Hoops. I don't mean to be rude. This is already up. Okay, so... My panda disappears when I go into a door like this. Alright. Oh! Oh, okay, that works. Thank you very much. That seemed like it wasn't gonna work for a moment. Okay, but now I gotta... Oh, right, I can use him as a thing. Yeah. What do you say? First of all, I bet you have a lot of fan art about you. Proto-woman. She narrows her eyes, looks at the young man standing here. He is so tall, she seems to be looking far overhead. Their eyes meet, the young man smiles. His smile is meant to show he means no harm. Though the eyes of a high-flying dawn bird, we take in the scene from mid-air. From above, we see that we are intertwining organisms. What? What are you talking about? The eyes of a high-flying dawn bird insert the pyramid of dimensional shift. I don't understand. What's going on here? The eyes of a high-flying bird, depending on that sea, the eye of providence. Or you mean that thing? Providence, or the all-seeing eye of God, is a symbol showing an eye often surrounded by rays of light or glory and usually enclosed by a triangle. Yeah, like on the dollar. But what does that have to do with anything? There she goes! Well, I'm not sure of the symbolism between that thing itself, but all I know is that it's what inspired Bill Cipher, so that's all I need to know. That's pizza. Well, we're about to see if it does anything. I'm here now. Are we gonna climb into its eye?
I don't know what made me do it, but I poked the giant eye.
Okay, we're not going inside.
The pyramid's tears seem to power the room. What the hell is going on here?
You solved the puzzle, though. I call that a win. Save your data. Nice. Call again anytime. It looks like a predator? Predator? I don't know. You're sending me stuff again. Check real quick. Nia. Oh, Nia's drawing. I'm very proud of Nia for drawing. Yeah, I'm trying to teach her. And Parfum sent me something. What did he send?
You ready? Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I threw a Cherno Fudo! MSSMH! It's like a basketball arcade game and they threw a Cherno Fumo. My goodness. Speaking of which, the Toho Fest convention is having like a Fumo gathering. I am not bringing my Fumo. Maybe next time, but like I'm selling things, so I don't think I'll have the time to participate on that, and I don't want to accidentally lose it, so. Guess we'll just follow the yellow stone road. Controlled again! White man alert. Use that and check your stats. Thank you very much. We already gone through that. Oh, it's like Earthbound. They move when you do. Been wandering through these woods for days. I came through the window over there to find my friend, but he's going to be found. Which is followed by some super guy here. God, your hotel's so good. Ours cancel on this. Yeah. Did you use an official one? Because I used one. I used the one that Toho Fest like recommends on the page, or recommends, or like says they're affiliate and you can get a discount. So I did that. Hopefully, yeah. So I can swap to nobody. Still on my own. Okay. I think we did where we had to get a new one. Ah, that sucks, man. What, did it get more expensive, or was it like around the same price? How did they tell you it was canceled? Did they like actually tell you? I'm gonna turn the volume a little lower now. All right, yeah. I didn't even notice that. I just did it because I actually recognized it. So the updated is that you just have that one spinner where you just hit once, but now that's both my skill and my attack. Oh, even the light gray ones count. It was more expensive. Here we got an email saying we're booked. Bye bye. Oh wow. Yeah, that sucks. I hope that doesn't happen with the hotel I choose. I think, you know what? I think Ruby got the one. Yeah, I think Ruby got the one that was closer. I think. Hope you guys figure that out, or like what other hotel you use. Just tell me in DMs more, just to make sure. You know, I'm just wondering because I don't know the experience with this. Also, just realized the game is not fully sized. I apologize for that so much. Let me fit to screen. Reset transformation. Forgot I had it mostly cropped due to crosscode. Oops, no, not that. I'm gonna widen it too, so hopefully that's not gonna be a big problem. So something new that we didn't actually have. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that happens sometimes, you know? And that sucks when it happens. Because that's why hotels are shit. Yeah. I shouldn't jinx myself in case the hotel that I booked does just suddenly say, yeah, you're not coming in, by the way. Ah! You can see that it might be kind of oofy. Also, so I'm noticing the numbers. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it seems like the better I do, like it's an actual exponential, or not? No, not exponential. I should say. But it kind of is number based because it's like 1 and then 2 and then 3, and like in the terms of small numbers, that means a lot if you can able to go from like, because it's all of that added up, right? Or is it just saying single numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like I just did 5 damage, but I don't know. Like, let me look at it again. And that disc was on correctly for a bit there. Eight. Okay, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Is that saying I did 8 damage, or is it saying it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 8, and all that is added? Hi, friend. You're not a friend. Oh, I did. Oh, that's the scale iron. Okay, so that that replaced my other skill. Okay. Ah, I hit that. Oh no, it does play 6 damage. I was looking at the colorful numbers up there instead of the actual box itself. So yeah, okay, only 6 damage. No! Panda prediction has ended! How could you? You shall pay for this. Oh, that was horrible. Might be in danger here. I might not be in danger here. Can't get away from RPG. Rats! Does that get smaller? Oh, that might get smaller the longer the battle goes on. Interesting. Oh, no. Okay, I can't do brown. It is just... It's not the light brown. It is actually the just the yellow. I think I just got lucky with it that time. That's not good. Two damage. That ain't good. That ain't good. Let us heal. Percentages? Excuse me, this isn't Omori. I can't calculate based on percentages unless the numbers get really big. Let's run away and hope this works. That doesn't work. I have to dodge these. I get another chance at that. Oh my god! Alright, let's try it again. Okay. Okay, that's a lot better. I can hold the button to jump higher. Back to heal, back to heal, back to heal. Where the hell was that? Was the healing point? There. That is a no. That's a nice moment to have in battle. The rush of knowing it's not easy to run away. Like, I like that a lot. I like that. That gameplay moment, pristine. But obviously that's probably gonna happen a lot less as time goes on. But for the moment I was there. I can run. I didn't know I could run. Doesn't feel like it's much faster, but I can run. Oh shit. I don't feel like battling rats right now. Though I probably should level up. They have different music too. Nice. Yeah. So if I did 5 hit combo, yeah, it just means 5 damage. Okay, once I get into half, I'll bring back the Panda Defender. After, other than that, though, I'm not going to. Ah, I swung my favorite record in the face, even though you said that record's stuck in the equipment, but I guess that's just gonna be your main weapon. Getting good at that timing, man. Ah. Interesting that I expect you to get that game really well. Because, like, if I do it really well, I do, like, half... Ah! Alright, I'm an indie Panda Defender. If I do really well, it's kind of like the... You know what? I could take that as an example, definitely, yeah. It's kind of like the rhythm mechanic in Mother 3. Is that Earthbound 2? Like, if you get really good at it, it definitely saves a lot of time. Like, it definitely helped a lot of fights, but when it comes to, like... It ended? That was... Okay. I'm gonna use an item. Let's go with just cheese. A wheel of cheese. What's this, Skyrim? Let's go for it. Let's use cheese. How much is that? 3 HP. Well, I survive 2 more hits if I do a defend right. Alright, I got 1 more turn to do this. Or extra turn to do this. I guess I could heal again, but... Oh, it's barely, actually, that's not even, yeah, that's not even half, really. Slice of pizza, 27 HP, 45%. This is almost half, so like 4? Yeah, seems like it rounds up, so that's good to hear. But man, these are like really low numbers. But I guess, I don't know. Anyone who actually played Final Fantasy know, or like any other typical RPG, know this is like proper numbers you start out with, or is it like a lot bigger? Six. It's better than 5. I think a lot of RPGs nowadays, they kind of start you off with like level 10 or something just to make sure things aren't too boring for you, you know? 7! That's pretty good. 9 critical hit damage. And I still haven't leveled up yet. Let's check. Doesn't say anything about my experience or anything. Okay, yeah, that's the run button. Save again just to be sure. Go again anytime. Alright, well, let's actually continue. What else is over here? More trash! Hamburger. And money. What is money if I can't buy any? Oh, I can go in here. Hello, is there perhaps enemies? I don't need to say if I just did. Dedicate for trapping small animals. This metallic object emits a foul odor. It's like the sea, isn't it? Requires a combination to open. Great. Shovel for digging up dirt. Appears that the earth was disturbed recently. Perhaps you have something to do about it?
Who's there?
Oh.
Great, another person.
Night Val, you really don't want to stick around for this game?
Hey, I can leave if you like.
No, please stay. I've been pretty lonely here.
T-Pose isn't flying off SMH.
Where is here, anyway?
I was hoping you'd know. I've been lost down here forever.
Did you come through the elevator too?
Elevator? I don't know what that is.
Then, where did you come from? I asked, thinking it sounded nicer than who the hell doesn't know what an elevator is?
Technically, that is a lot nicer.
Is there anywhere else?
But the
Anyway,
more
I'm
correct
looking
thought
for
would
my
have been,
cat,
I guess
Have
people
you
come
seen
here
it?
from different, like, areas. Like, maybe you come here not in an elevator, people came here differently. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for a cat down there. Have you seen her? I think they're dead.
So the stupid thing was a girl? I just assumed it was a boy cat, seeing as how it had a spindly mustache. Although, now that I reflected on it, facial hair was not exclusive to male animals or male humans for that matter.
Is that the cat who looks like Salvador Dali?
I don't know who that is. My cat just looks like Dolly herself, not another cat named Salvador.
She didn't know elevators. I doubted she'd know her 20th century Spanish Catalan surrealist painters all that well either. I said, right, I saw a cat earlier. He had a funny mustache and crazy eyes. Naturally, my description of her beloved feline was offensive to her. Clearly, this was a woman projecting a rather strong personality onto this cat. She took a deep breath and said quickly,
My cat has a beautiful mustache and perfect eyes. I can't imagine we're talking about the same cat.
I told her I wouldn't mind helping her find her cat. I told her we should move quickly and get out of this dank basement.
I think this is
I waited
space.
for a moment as she processed
But I guess
what I
space
said,
is a very dank basement if you really think about it.
especially without being able to see her face.
I could tell something was wrong. She really projected her opinions and feelings into the room, even without saying them. What's wrong? I don't have to help. I just thought you could use an extra pair of cat hunting eyes.
It's not that. It's okay. Forget it.
Hey now, that's lame. You can tell me anything. No judgment here.
No judgment? Great lie. I like a good liar.
Hey, I'm serious. I didn't mean anything by that.
It's not you. That wasn't fair of me. It's just... the world has used me so unkindly, I fear it's made me suspicious of everyone. Okay, for now, I choose to trust you, but I reserve the right to decide you're just as evil as the rest of the world in the future.
Oliver sent me a DM and just says, "Why are you playing this game? I don't hate you for it, but why?" I'm gonna keep saying the same thing. How do you spell curiosity? Curiosity. Like every so often there's someone that DMs me and just goes like, "Why are you playing this game?" I didn't expect, like, I expected some people to. I didn't expect like Oliver or others to actually bring that up. This game's more well known than I thought. How do you want your remains prepared?
Sounds like a fair deal. My name's Alex. Nice to meet you.
I'm Semi, but please call me Sammy. I don't know why I'm trusting you. I guess I always had a special spot for gingers.
Hey, careful with that word. That is our word.
What do you mean, our word? You're weird, Alex.
Sorry, lame joke. Let's just look for the cat.
Finally, we got a party member. They're gonna walk behind me? No, SMH. At least, do you know the combination of this thing? Dang it. Oh well. So if I open up the menu, they're, I guess a mage because they're weaker, but they have a lot more psychic points. What do you have? Yes! Of course. Rally, revive and recover 20% of HP. Cool. Oh, right, I have to config that character. Why did she scream? Why is she screaming in the freaking thing? Whatever. So interesting. She seems like... It seems like we were like offending it. Oh, what's this? So this is definitely something like her room in a way. But yeah. Wait, can I inspect the tree of any kind? Behind here? It's a 3D game. The moon! No, we can't steal the moon. But yeah, seems like came here, not an elevator, somewhere else. Keeping surprised she noticed these objects. It's a very, I didn't notice the first time through, but I was like looking around to see if there's anything else before I leave, but yeah. So if that microphone's there, probably in a new, well, did not come through here from this place. Okay, I don't know if I go back. Go back. I have to open both doors. Ooh, interesting. $40. Another $40. Jesus, we're rolling in rich by just trying to find this one cat. Fountain soda. Gold bracelet. Well, it seems like an equipable, so let me push the wrong button for the menu again. And I'll put that on... Oh, you don't even have a weapon. Gold bracelet, HP plus 7. It's not tacky, I swear. Yeah, that might be very helpful considering she has... Well, it's not like I don't think I can direct any attacks, but yeah, I'll put on her for more HP. So having 17 HP would be nice, but her being not, well, she can heal. This will be fine. This will be fine. Oh, I can push you. Very little. But I can push you. That's good to know for the future. Cat! What are you gonna do? Oh, that is.
Dolly, where have you been? I'm so happy to have you back. Oh, who's a good cat? You are. You are.
Alright, well, side quest completed. That was quick.
Oh, I should probably tell you about Dolly. Dolly is a tool, much like your stuffed panda friend.
And alright, now we're going back to the video game speak.
Use Dolly to fetch items and hit switches that are too far away for you to reach. Dolly can jump, so don't worry about her falling down any gaps. This will be useful, so make sure you try it. Okay, so shall we get out of here? Sorry about my house. I've been meaning to get someone in here to fix the power, but who has the time for that? I get so busy that little things like that get away from me. But that's normal, isn't it? You get used to the flaws in your own home. It's always confusing for guests. Like my mother used to have everyone take their shoes off in the kitchen. Who does that? Oh no, I've become my mother. Oh, one last thing I should warn you about. I've got a roommate. His name is Wilhelm. Well, you'll see.
Thanks, game. It's so weird. Like, it turns from, like, natural dialogue, okay, being happy about seeing the cat, then to video game speech, and then something about the character immediately after that. It's not that it's weird that it's in there, it's just weird how it's, like, structured from, like, one, and then switches to the next, and then to the next, you know? I think... A more natural way that any other piece of media will probably display that would be her being happy about finding the cat, then the character questioning like why they're so special or something like that, or like just asking like, how long you had the cat or something, and then they would go on they would tell a story that subtly describes what the cat can do as the tool, and it's like a little bit of a push telling you what they can do. The last part about being her character of herself is interesting though, but yeah, it says a little bit of her character. Again, very strange, very interesting, but no major problems right now. Just strange. So I have the radically launch till you hit objects far away and see what happens. Yeet! Oh, that's an enemy. Oh, they can get stunned. Wait, I can't get... Oh yeah, let's fight the enemy. I said fight the enemy. I said fight the enemy. Eventually. There we go. Shame, I don't get a first strike. I was hoping that, like, oh, you could stun enemies, then you get an extra turn or something like that. Even Black Fables gives you an extra turn, but whatever. Ah. What's that do? Okay. Alright, well, assuming you have either the same attack or something different, pull back and release on green. Ah! Now there's something I can do! And that was way more. Thank you very much. Oh right, she doesn't have her. Yeah, she has max HP up for it, but we didn't heal, so still at 7. Or I guess 8 right now. 7. All right, here I'm gonna try something. What if I just spam the button the second the first part comes up? Okay, I think I get a max of 4 from that. You know what? That's something interesting. What if so Steam has a built-in repeater function where I can, you know, hold the button and it will repeat the button like really fast. That's how I get through Omori on the Steam version. I just have it on like the ZL buttons or something to hit like the accept button in battles. So what if I say get a controller configuration and layout. All right, bumpers. Let's go for, I think it's called the trigger. Yes. So let's do the L. So that's options. Let us remove command. Yes. Okay, we'll set that towards A. So believe that's on A now. So let's give this a try. It did not work. I hate that there's a new layout thing for Steam. I like the old version better. This is confusing. I don't know what this means. I don't know what any of this means. Back. I like it when I could just set a button, move command. Okay, L and R bumper and a log. Can I set this to something else? A. Why doesn't it let me change this? It's button cord. Why doesn't it change? I'm selecting like, okay, full pull, left trigger, and I say, okay, press action set systems, numpad. I want it to be on A, and it doesn't change. Like, I don't get that. I don't know why. I want to figure this out real quick. Give me a moment. Settings. Hold to repeat. Turbo. Yes. Repeat rate 100. Let's change that to, let's see. Well, that's just a little bit higher than that. Okay, close. A, please. Can you please change that to A? Delete whatever that is. Can I add... I don't get this. I don't get it at all. I'll have to figure it out some other time. I want to do it now because I want to experiment on this. I want to try something. But like, okay, Steam, change controller, buttons. Don't know why. Gonna look up a guide. So I'm horrible like that. Please don't let it be the old one. Is it only in big mode setting now? That can't be it, right? Hang on. Library. Steam. View, pick picture mode. Hang on. I'm gonna do something. It's gonna be very stupid. I wanna do something. I know this is extremely stupid. But I really wanna do something. I really wanna try something. Okay, this. Controller. Layout. God damn it, it's the same layout. Ah, why? Why doesn't that change? Why doesn't this change? Hate it. Hate it so much. Die. Steam controller. We're not changing. What is it called? It's called gamepad configuration, right? Oh. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, no, never mind. Add command. There it is. A. There it goes! Why isn't it working? Why wasn't it working then? Oh my goodness. Okay, repeat the turbo. 100. We'll increase that a little bit. Close. Okay. That still didn't do anything. Oh, right, because A is B instead. Hang on. Okay. Give me a second. It has to be X. So it has to be the B button, technically. This is using... I think it's gonna try. Yeah, it does. Okay. So... Alright, let's see this. I wanna see this. Give me a sec. Alright. I'm excited to see it. It's either gonna not work at all. Something. Alright. Ah, no! There is a limit! There is a limit! Oh, I thought of that! There is a limit! They thought that ahead of time, and they don't want you to spam buttons. Maybe? Let's see. My first assumption is that it's a limit. So let's see this. Settings. Alright, we'll repeat that 708 times. Or I don't know, is it 700 per second? Can't see. Okay, well, first of all, then, do this. Do we fight? Of course we fight. We have to test out this new theory. You know, someone else did this and it worked. Okay, maybe it wasn't just high enough then. Let's give it a try. You know what? Hang on. I think it's backwards. I think that's how long it takes, not 10. Fire start delay, fire end delay. Okay. See if that works. It was a long time ago, so I suppose it's possibly patched it, but I'd be surprised that they care. I mean, some games hasn't updated themselves that the fact that you had a turbo. Some games just kind of like, it's more of like a customizable. Like if they're not gonna let Steam do it, they're gonna let like people with a controller do it. I don't know. All right, if we're gonna try this, let's try it with Smile B and see. Oh my goodness. Okay, but it seems like the max is 4, because I put it up to like refresh rate 10. That's the max it can go, but it's a guarantee 4.
Cat scratch.
I don't know what other settings I could do to make it faster. Oh shoot. That was 2 damage, it wasn't that big of a deal. 6. 11! You said them 2 buttons at once and press them. That's true, but I think that's enough success. Well then, you know, I'm happy about this. The highest I have gotten yet. Oh, that's so dumb, but I'm very glad that's a thing. It's convenience. You know, I could be that good, but like, I'm new, so I could use the little extras assist help. Yeah. Grab a t-shirt and feathers them. Assuming that's the fence. So let's change you, my man. 1 the fence. Yeah, we'll count that. That's weird. Okay. Alright, I bet. I was expecting that. I wish there was a, hey, here's the button to zoom out or look around button. Well, they haven't told me one yet, so I'm assuming, wait. Because if I hit this goes up. Oh wait, I guess I'm gonna write, that other carpet is useless. I have to go here. Stupid. Hit that, and then just aim directly down. What's that for then? Whatever. Wait, was that a trash can? That was a trash can. No, take me back. Slice the pizza. I'll take that and money too. We're dumping all the money on here. Oh, let me guess. This is the store? It is the store. Amazing. And there's actual sense behind this. Interesting. Not even Omori touched with the idea of having the cents actually be important. They just used the dollar bills as the number. Alright, well, let's see. Well, I can't afford a lot, so... This revives if I really have one of these. We have one of all these. Wait, no, we don't have this one. Why did it show up all? Oh, it's how much I'm buying. Oh, okay, I see, I see. We'll buy a lot of these. We don't have any of these either, so let's buy that too. Change them out using... That'd be all. Yes. What? Oh, I can change the sorting. Interesting. And a cheeseburger from a vending machine. Well, in certain countries, you can. Well, I mean, I've seen like the burrito, that it makes your burrito on the spot or other stuff like that. No, I don't want to say. It's in different options. Yeah, I don't know either. But it's just like, oh, it's sorted differently. Uh-oh. Boss time! Oh. It's him. That's my roommate, William. He doesn't actually like going to use the elevator, so he's probably in one of those moods. Okay, well, it's about time he and I had a conversation about boundaries. Boss time! And I didn't heal up. Ah, ooh. No defense. Not even a chance to defend. Interesting. We'll protect... Oh, they protect all of us. Okay, cool. We'll do this right now, then. Again, with the really goofy music. but I like it. So that's not really anything wrong. Overflow is converted to psychic points. Ah, ooh, that's smart. Okay, so it's both not only a revive, but the overflow changes into your magic points. Interesting concept. I've never seen that before. I haven't seen a game that had it before. If a game had it before, I probably haven't played it. But that's interesting. I like that. Let's heal yourself. Is it gonna make me play a minigame? Oh! Oh no! I'm using buttons. Don't know the buttons. You know, okay. Gonna have to edit the buttons. Definitely gonna have to edit the buttons after this. Definitely gonna have. Okay, so I think square. Circles is in square. Square, I think, is the top button, and then triangle, X, and circle. Oh boy. I can't select that. That's B. Yeah, I don't know these buttons at all. You know what? Hang on. I'm gonna stick to. No, I'll switch to Xbox buttons, and I'll just match them so that they're accurate. Because otherwise, yeah, that's gonna be a problem. You know what's not a problem? Guarantee, well, almost guaranteed, unless I fuck up the last two parts. A lot of damage. I'm at this. Oh, it should heal. I'll do it next turn. Yeah, that did not do a lot of damage. Protection has ended. The ending. Suspicious factory. Oh, shark. Okay. Man, I'm very glad I thought of that. Very glad I thought of that. Oh, I don't know. I know it's not at all intended, but it's kind of satisfying to figure that out. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's chill before we get killed again by that laser. 8 HP, not bad. Okay, that's fine. Just keep going and keep healing. Oh, well, yeah, I still need to get that 2 timing right. It's kind of funny because I was like, I basically just went like, hey, I'm gonna go with the original game difficulty, like the way its settings was, and then I'm just like, hey, what if I auto fire something real quick? Breaking my own rules. But I mean, like, it's still the original intention. I'm doing this minigame every single time. It's just funny. Only 4 damage? Ouch. Should probably go for burger so I can heal some, but I'm not gonna get that heal the minigame correctly. I'll just keep healing myself and him. It's not really myself, but hey. Yeah, we'll survive. We'll survive. We got so much healing items. I wish it was faster. Can I make it faster? Let me check real quick. Real quick. Settings. Repeat rate 10. Can you change that lower? Can you change that to 1? I can't change that to 1. Epic's intensity. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Fireside delay. Cycle commands. Toggle interruptible. Yeah, that's not anything like that. And I could try. So I can change my trigger to B as well. Settings, repeat, set that to 10 too. We'll see if that works, but I doubt they're gonna accept 2 of the same inputs at the same time. But we'll figure it out. I just realized I didn't heal. Uh-oh. I could kill, but I also don't want to. Did I get a... I didn't get a restore, did I? No, I did. No, I didn't. I did. Also, smelling salts! I remember that item from Psychonauts. I have a ton of items. I'm gonna use them all just to heal up so I can make sure everyone gets their experience. Alright, let's try this again. Let's try both at the same time. Nah, it's the same thing. Alright, it's almost done. You know what? I could just attack this turn. There you go. 120. Please tell me there is a level up from this. There is not a level up from this. You take it so hard. You need to blow up at me like that. I'll say, get it blow up on you. No, I'm just kidding. This place is weird. Here we go now. Yeah, sure, I'm just saying my goodbyes. That's supposed... I don't know if that's literal or metaphorical. I get blowing up as in, so it could be taken as an actual argument, but then she says, like, she's saying her goodbyes as if... Oh no, it could be a goodbye of, like, I'm leaving. But wouldn't that be a good thing? I don't know. 50 cents. There's always money in the sofa. Yeah, so I guess with that conversation, it's more of like an argument that he was just, oh my god! Oh my... That's fun. Apparently people lose more money in the trash than their sofas. No, that's true.
I am so happy we're almost out of here. This isn't really what I expected to be doing with my day.
Well, at least we found Ali. Imagine how much worse it would have been without her.
Right. So, where do you live? I'll walk you back home, or maybe I can borrow my mom's car and drive you if it's outside of Frankton.
What do you mean? This is my home. This is where I live.
What? You live in this shithole?
That's not very nice. I'd never call your house a rap hole because I have manners. Ever heard of them, Alex?
Sorry. It's just not every day I meet a girl who lives in an old factory.
I don't see
Or
it
a
that
place
way.
where there's, you know, rats, skulls that attack you, and the platforming, and the weird triangle thing. You're not gonna mention any of that?
I almost feel as if the factory lives with me. As if the factory, just like Dali, is part of me.
Yeah, there's half and half of like, I don't know if you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, or am I hallucinating?
The factory is part of you?
Wow, you're almost as dumb as you look. Of course, the factory isn't part of me. That's just weird.
But do you actually live here?
Yeah, just me and Dolly. But usually Dolly's better about keeping me company, you know? He isn't always just running off to God knows where.
I reflected on her words. A mysterious girl who lived with her cat in an old steel mill. It was obvious to me that her words didn't contain the entire truth. Something about her compelled me. Pieces of her story started to fit together in my mind. Well, at least that's what I thought at the time. I can admit now that some pieces were pure fabrication on my part. In my head, her story went something like this. Sammy was homeless. A runaway woman who was trying to escape hard times. Someone who had found refuge in her cat. Maybe the only thing left from her previous life.
And no mention of any of the enemies we fought or puzzles. Again, very strange. Trying to make it all fit together. I can see why it could be kind of like they're not saying everything they've been doing now.
Something. Her clothes were clean, her breath was fresh, and she was much more energetic than any homeless girl I'd ever known. Not that I'd known many. The secret to what I was missing lay in her temperament.
Is that your hobby?
Is what my hobby?
Staring off into space and screwing up your
Those
face
things off
as if
in
to
real
say,
time.
What's going on inside my head is really important, so just let me think.
Don't call me out on that, but hey. Hey, I've heard that sound effect before.
Please don't touch me, not again. Let me be. You promised you wouldn't move me again. Please don't. Alex, don't let them take me, please.
Well, that was sudden.
I had known her for less than 2 hours when she vanished from my sight. Sammy was gone for good, swept away as if she'd never been there at all. A door into nothing, into a different reality, opened up and swallowed Sammy whole. At that moment, I couldn't think. I couldn't breathe. All I could do was replay the scene of her being pulled into obscurity by nothing. There 1 second and gone the next.
Sammy was taken from your party, not left, taken. Interesting. Oh. That was an adventure that I just had. It should be here. It's a real thing. Yeah, that was a moment. That was sudden. Call it that. Oh, hey, wait. Don't you look like her a little bit or something? I don't remember exactly. You don't have glasses. Are you outside?
The light wind of springtime seemed to contrast the inner workings of my brain. I was moving on autopilot back towards my home. I felt as if I'd seen something that wasn't meant to be seen. As if the curtain had lifted on reality and exposed the man upstairs. Like I just found out Santa wasn't real. I couldn't get.
I don't know if that's the same feel. Okay.
Something had changed inside of me. Pulsating through my veins was the energetic charge of irrevocable loss, all for a woman I didn't know.
Okay, to be fair, that was disturbing for anybody.
It was cut with something I couldn't put my finger on at the time. I believe now that it was a profound sense that I had discovered something. Only problem was this something wasn't meant to be seen. In that moment, I was a child finding a magazine meant only for an adult's eyes. I was both intrigued and repulsed, confused by the images spinning inside my head.
Yeah, basically, that's some disturbing shit I saw. But interesting, they're taking that whole idea of like losing your innocence in a way of like you see something very disturbing that you don't think you're supposed to see at that time. Like something greater meaning happened and you kind of just, what the heck is that kind of moment? Something else with the little monologues like that. Very nice to include them while you're playing the game. I just didn't want to leave the area in case that would make them stop, but probably would be fine. It kind of reminds me of how Kyon monologues to himself. I really enjoyed that when Kyon monologues to himself in Haruhi. I almost said Hazuki. Also, yeah, I guess I'm the person that Superman can fool. Let's get rid of you. Ooh, more than half damage. I'm very happy I did this. How do I know? It's just a weird thing. Like, it's in the game. It's like Metal Slug. You know, Metal Slug has you press the button all the time. I'm going to put auto fire on that shit. What if you can make that record spin slower by some effect or something? Then that would really be where the money is going. All right, we didn't get any groceries like we were told. Gonna lower the frame rate on purpose next. That'll give it the authentic 3D Spider-Verse feel. I might. I don't know me. What the fuck? Hello, angel boy.
How did I not see it? It was already broken.
Yep, we're not gonna comment about that. Reflect. Oh, it's already 10. Oh wait, Oliver and Cher are telling me. Okay, no. Give me a sec. Check the amps. Oh no, Cher's playing on stream right now. Okay, then I'll give me some time to eat something before we go watch some anime. Can you watch the Megumin anime? It's so cute. Someone put an arcade cab with Fortnite. Poku sent that in the Living Dimension server.
When I arrived home, tired, confused, and out of breath, I tossed my things on the floor and made my way to the couch. My mother still wasn't home yet. I wasn't surprised. She often worked late right before her company released a new product. My mother, a 49-year-old, short, red-headed woman, was an information systems programmer analyst for Pacific Chime, the West Coast's leading telecommunications provider. Her job, ironically located on the East Coast, worked her harder in 1 year than most jobs work people in a decade. This job paid well. Without it, my sister and I would have never gotten through college. I left school debt-free thanks to the back-breaking mental labor of my mother.
You have mail.
Oh my god. Again? No comment. My god. But at least it tells us like a little bit. It's small detail. It's not like small details and like. It's in a weird case. I feel like it's. I keep interrupting myself. Collect my thoughts. It's a detail that it's like you're not gonna need right now, but might be brought up later, or just something to bring about the character's history real quick. Even though it's not something like you want to hear or something that interests you, it's just more like, oh, my mom does this for work, and that's how we got through college. And it's just like, okay. So it's like not gonna be brought up until later, but it's. I think the point focus is how it's just like sit down, listen to this real quick, and then move on to the next thing, you know? Log in the computer. Ah, nice. Oh, wait, the triangle is on the begin. You should think you need to check out the video game from your area. Be warned, it's crazy. What? Missing person, Snack Studios.
There was a moment of apathy where I almost didn't click the link. The last thing he sent me that was allegedly scary turned out to be a picture of 2 elephants locked in the throes of passion. I sighed and clicked the link. The file was 2.9 megabytes. In the dark room, the monitor was hurting my eyes. I rubbed them and waited for the file to load. I thought of all the things it could be. More animal porn, human porn, cartoon porn. You could never really guess with this guy. But it was most certainly going to be pornographic.
The way but the voice actor themselves. I don't know this guy. He's trying to what's the word? Reflect? Trying to like say it in a way where it's kind of like how Kyon says it, like says and pronounces his words in Haruhi, but it's not exactly the same. It's like it's trying to be that, but not really like that. Like there's some part of me that can feel just reading off of a script rather than you like if you watch the Haruhi dub, you can tell like the voice actor really is trying to like drill these thoughts in his head.
Some particularly unladylike things.
While the video loaded, I thought of all the girls I had gone to school with who might be involved in such activities. All the girls that came to mind neither had the looks nor the motivation to seek out an adult filmmaker. I gave up. I'd just have to wait for it to finish downloading. When the file had finished downloading, I waited with fading patience for my computer to open it in QuickTime. Finally, it was loaded.
I'll get to the event, so we should happen. So the details, there's a man in the ROC. Click there and there. Oh, I can move it! Yeah, this is definitely the thing. The alarm is 10 minutes before, so trying to find an origin. Watch it a few times so we first get it. What the fuck is outside the door? What the fuck is wrong with their eye? It's just what the... From a movie, you can find it from a movie. It's probably frame rates. Oh. Really? You're not gonna comment on that? You picked the strangest things to comment on, but who knows? Well, those will just go to bed. Again, it's all in the question of like, why is it like this? Why do you choose this? Yeah, trophy! Congrats, man! Oh. Handmade trophy. Let me bring my games to college. Not at home. What about another one over there? Oh, he's a fighter. The father's record player sits on this playing music from a better era. Alright, let's go to sleep. Hi!
So, is this what a college graduate does? Spend hundreds of thousands of his mother's hard-earned money to lounge around all day?
We went to sleep!
It's already 2 p.m.
Oh.
Don't you think you should be getting out of bed?
No!
Just,
Okay, well, at least thank God I don't go past 2 p.m. I go around. I think I wake up around the most 11 and 12. Otherwise, it's before in the morning still.
Alex, can I ask you a serious question?
So he says I can't get that video on my head, so he does care about that. I wonder if, like, was that experience we just had, was it actually him being there, or in that video, it's just him acting like he was there personally to see it happen, and that's totally stupid. But we'll see what happens after.
Do you have to? It's too early for serious questions.
That doesn't work with me. I'm not your mommy. I don't let you get away with letting things slide.
Okay, fine. What is it then?
Why didn't you go back and look for her after she vanished from the elevator?
It's dark!
Why did you run straight home?
If you had seen her being pulled out of the elevator, you'd have known she was gone for good too. Besides,
it's also, yeah, also, well, to be fair, that was also be me. I'd be like, ah, shit is out of my league, I'm leaving.
Forgetting that I was there. I saw it too, and I get it. You were scared, right? So you ran home. I understand, but maybe when you've mustered up some courage, you can put on your big boy pants and see if you can find her.
yeah, maybe.
Now get yourself out of bed. Take a shower. You smell terrible.
I knew he was right. I couldn't let myself live with the guilt of not going back to look for her. Why did I run away? Why did I just stand there and let her get pulled into what? What exactly had she been pulled into? Just the thought of going back to the factory made my stomach tighten, but if I didn't go back, I knew I'd never be able to live with myself.
I don't know, if I just really quick about the portrait, it's weird that the shoulders, like the shoulder part is also moving alongside it. Like, I just find it weird.
I think there was a part of me that didn't
like this one doesn't have it move, but like for some reason the shoulder part in the other frame did.
Some vital piece of information that slipped my mind. The whole thing could be explained logically.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen in this game, man. From what I know, nothing can be explained logically, at least from what I've been hearing.
We are inside a room. We can tell from the decorations on the wall that it is a female's room. The unremarkable but adequate lighting reveals to us that there is someone in the room, although who is not yet clear to us or the others in the room. The expressionless decor and bedding show uninteresting taste. Although there are the staples of a bedroom, there is something inhuman about the layout and decorations. We get the impression that the room is a parody of a human woman's room. With a quick survey of the interior, our eyes come to rest on a figure unconsciously placed inside the bed. We know from her plastic finish that she is both unconscious from a lack of humanity inside of her vessel and unconscious from a lack of power going to her circuits. The low electric hum.
Man, they really just cut to this and just like no explanation whatsoever.
In the corner
I can't even actually stop to read that.
As we observe
Yeah,
the motionless
that was automatic.
figure, we gradually come to sense that she isn't well. That she is
But it's just jarring.
in some way.
Just like, all right, time to get out of bed, and then immediately right here.
Bed as a woman. However, her exposed circuitry holds our words. We bring the camera closer to her face and ponder what she is. Her face is lined with the most profound solemnance. We confer with each other and come to an agreement.
Murder? And right back here. Like, it's so jarring.
And she vanishes within an hour of you meeting her.
It was just like the last thing is like, all right, let's get out of bed, and then just like zoom all the way over here to this other thing that's going on, and then right back here for it's so odd.
Now, with a new sense of bravery, you're
So
running off to the last
strange.
location you saw her and try and track her down.
But I guess that part of the game is in my head now, so if we ever see something like that again, at least I know what's going on slightly.
Sounds good to me. I like this Alex with a sense of purpose. Now, if only you could get out of bed before 2 p.m.
Hey, I recognize that phone call sound. Game should be renamed to just, huh? What?
I've had this song stuck in my head. It just won't go away. Did you ever get that? I think they call it an earworm or whatever. But this isn't really the catchy kind of song. This is that sort of thing.
This kind of reminds me of Enna.
It's pretty good, but some of the lyrics are a bit weird. How do they go again?
I think you have the wrong number.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, well, I'm gonna say that will be enough for today. It's already been 2 hours. I already had 2 hours on gameplay-wise and in stream. It's already 10:15. I'm gonna go get something to eat before Chair finishes his stream and then starts watching the anime or whatever anime we're gonna watch. So, I guess the first thoughts on this would be interesting. I've already seen a lot of the weird parts of it, but so far, nothing bad, just really jarring. Like, it's not also in like the bad trying to feel important or feel scary kind of, like, oh, this is trying so hard to be scary. It's not that unsettling or scary at all. It's just very strange. I guess that's what everyone says, but like, there's nothing wrong, you know? It's just strange how it does things. And I guess that's the way to stand out. Nothing wrong with that, you know? Otherwise, about specific points, characters, we haven't seen enough of him being a jerk yet. That's the thing I haven't said. But it seemed like a lot of it was pretty normal dialogue. It just seems kind of like just a bit more of an average kind of college person with the bitterness in mind, which is fair. I only went to college for a year, so I can imagine. I mean, character-wise, it's just more of like, okay, I see what's coming on here. The battle system, I see that being that would be a big issue if you can't do well at that minigame, especially unless you're a beginning party member. That's gonna be the minigame you're gonna be playing a lot. If you're not good at that, like, yeah, I can see that being quite an issue, and that's why they have to change it so that it's like just a timing thing. But even then, it's not exactly like a like doesn't seem like it's my favorite pizzazz of a you know, of a battle system. Like, it's not that fast or smooth. It has a lot of quick cuts for the characters, like zoom in when they do anything, which is strange. Like, even just healing, they have like a zoom in and they have like the background. um but like the other girl, the cat attack, like that's easy, just pull back, attack. Like, it could have been on. I think it could have been like a little smoother, a little faster. So it's not my favorite battle system. That will go for other games, obviously, but it's all right. But I can definitely see the sense of patience with every command coming in. Though I didn't use the fast forward button because I didn't try that. But I'll try that next time and see if that does alleviate the problems, as the game said it does. And I guess for the rest, it just seems like a standard RPG. I haven't leveled up yet. There's nothing showing my experience. So that's a question I'm having. If, like, where do I see my levels? How am I going to level up kind of deal? Or is it going to, like, they said I had experience, but, like, I didn't level up at all? It's a bit strange. You'll see later. Oh, I guess I will. Well, this was pretty exciting beginning to playing the rest of this game and see what this is all about. This is gonna be fun. Whatever happens, whatever I experience, in the end, it's gonna be fun to go through and see how I feel about everything. Let's go into talking time. It's time to end this. It's all strange, you know? It's all really strange. Cute game. It is cute game. Like, I know everyone takes all like it's trying too hard to be goofy or whatever, but honestly, no, you can't say that. It's all right to be so far into too goofy, too whatever. Like, the only thing is, like, people make fun of it because, like, it makes no sense or whatever. But I think it's fine. Like, maybe it gets even more insane as we go through. So can't wait for that and see how far it really goes. Like, I like weird things. I went to Hypnogaria, but I think Hypnogaria has been kind of like in a sensible place. But even then, there's a lot of moments that just like, I think the main difference is that even though they don't tell you that much and it's a world you don't recognize, with the little it does, it at least makes something make sense. And I think that's the most important part. The thing that I find the best critical part about this whole thing. For now, in Yik, there's no solid connection. Nothing makes sense right now. Like, there is some plot lines you can see, like, developing of their past, what's going on right now, what's around them, what's this weirdness that's going on. But you're only getting, like, a part of all of that. You're not getting an actual clear picture of everything. Like, Adrilta, you haven't seen him in Agaria when I was playing that with Paul or Ark. But, like, for that, everything was weird, but you had something to stick to, a character or a storyline or some environmental picture that gave you an idea of what's going on. Not here. This game, not at all. You're getting none of that. Just little things. But you're gonna figure it out for yourself as things keep going, so. Let's go right to G Tables. He is doing Gotcha Hell, which is a game that was released recently based on a friend. Also, thank Eternal for the raid. And yeah, it's a game that was made by a couple of friends, and now it's time to give them the support they need. Chair G Tables. Alright, with that being said, next time on Y2K A Post-Modern RPG, let's see if something makes sense.